Okay, so earlier this week I posted about my biggest cloth diaper struggle. And I posted about how I struggled with wash routine. And I truthfully still struggle today. It's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of giving wash routine advice. And I thought I would talk about a few of the other things about cloth diapering that I also struggle with, that I felt kind of deserved their own video. I also felt like I needed to re-record it because I wasn't entirely happy with not with what I had said, but just about my thought tangents. That happens sometimes when you ramble. So my name is Bailey. I'm the host of the Cloth Diaper Podcast, and I'm also like a cloth diaper addict. The other few things that I've struggled with in my cloth diapering experience has been leaky diapers. A lot of struggles with leaky diapers. And if you're struggling with leaky diapers, I want you to know that I think that sometimes we forget that leaks are normal and it's okay to have leaks. It's just pee. Just change your pants, move on. A lot of things that I've learned about leaky diapers is that for me and my kids, pockets were really not a good option for them. I found that if I put a natural fiber insert, on top of the pocket, that I would suddenly have no more leaks, and it was the fleece liner or the microsuede or whatever that really kind of gave me a lot of leaking problems, especially with my funky fluff diapers, especially with anything with a super narrow trim crotch. And that doesn't apply to all pocket cloth diapers, but the pocket cloth diapers that I don't use tend to be ones that have a thicker polar fleece liner, tend to have a microsuede, and those were diapers that I was getting leaks because you really do need a tight fit in order for the pee to penetrate, and if the pee doesn't penetrate through that layer, then it sometimes when it all gets wet, then it leaks out the seams on the edge. And so that was one of my struggles. And really, when I gave up pocket cloth diapers entirely, I no longer really had those leaky diaper problems. And it's why I'm such a strong advocate for non-pocket cloth diapers. I don't think I usually talk about that because I'm kind of embarrassed that I really struggled with leaks with my pocket cloth diapers. But was an issue. I also don't like stuff in pockets, but leaks is really probably why when I look at my stash that I'm no longer using pocket cloth diapers. Leaks were easy enough to fix. Honestly, I mostly had leaks when I was first starting out with my first child, learning to get a fit, learning what type of textiles work, and learning just the entire process. Plus, cloth diapering a newborn baby with skinny legs and like a big belly, not easy. If you're struggling with newbornhood, it does get easier because bigger bodies are easier to cloth diaper, at least in my experience. So the second thing I wanted to talk about was mental health. And I wanted to be honest with you that there have been times where my mental health was in the gutter and I stopped cloth diapering. Yeah. There have been times that I went and I bought diapers because life with 2 kids was so hard and I just needed a break from the laundry. I just did. And when I used up a package of disposable diapers and I had to go get more, they usually would jump back on the train because spending $20 on a package of diapers at the grocery store was just too much money for me. And instead, I would buy another diaper. So while the cloth diaper community has been really beneficial to motherhood, to my journey in cloth diapering, also cloth diapering can be just one of those things that you need to check off your list and not do when you're struggling. For some families, that means that maybe you do use disposables during the really hard weeks. Maybe you find a cloth diaper service. Actually, if we had one in town, I would probably try that again, because the more people that I talk to who have used cloth diaper services have said that it has been a complete game changer. Definitely when I talked with Karen from the GCDC on show 24 of the Cloth Diaper Podcast, she talked about that. She talked about how her husband gave her a service for the last year of her twin's life, and she was like, it was everything I loved about cloth diapering without that extra task. And I don't mind laundry, and I do think it is just another load of laundry, but sometimes when you're in a really low, dark space, it can be hard. And in some aspects, laundry has become a part of my self-care because it is very meditative. It's something that I have to put my phone down because I have to use both hands, and I sit down and I'm quiet and I fold, and sometimes I watch a show, and it is a chance for me to just slow down and think and do laundry. But when you are really, really, really struggling, it can be hard to even take those small steps of self-care. And so that's why there have been times where, my mental health did get in the way of cloth diapering, and I went to disposable diapers. I usually didn't last very long because, the cost. I hate bringing the garbage down every day, and I hated how my kids smelled. So it was short-lived, but it was always just like that little thing that I had to take off my plate in order to get back up and going. And if you're in a hard spot, cloth diapering might not be that thing that you have to take off your plate. It could be other things. It could be something else that you're doing, and it's okay to say no to things. I've beginning to learn this more and more, and if you're feeling overwhelmed, say no to something. You don't have to do everything. So that's what else I wanted to add on to being my two other big struggles that I've had with cloth diapering. The first being that topic on Wednesday, that I have really struggled with my wash routine, and it's why I don't really like giving wash routine advice. My second being leaks and leaky diapers, which happen less and less now. That was really when I was starting out. And my third being the fact that sometimes my mental health gets in the way of being able to cope and manage and even live day-to-day life. I think even when I'm disposable diapering, I struggle with that too. There are so many things that you need to do and worry about. But I don't want you to watch this video and think, if I cloth diaper, I'm going to get postpartum depression. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that sometimes you need to say no to something. And for me, sometimes that meant that meant cloth diapering. Nowadays, now that I only have one kid in diapering, sometimes that means I say no to making dinner and we order in. It looks different for everybody, and you just have to figure out what that one little trigger thing is. I really could do without the other laundry. Really, no. So right now, one kid is fully potty trained, and he wets the bed every now and then, and bedwetting linens, can't handle it so much. Toddler and preschool laundry, I swear my kids are going through clothes like rabbits. They're constantly getting stuff on them all the time. It's exhausting.